Can you beautiful engines hear me now? At all? Honk twice if you're in El Segundo. No? Yes? Maybe? Perhaps? Is that a yes? All right. Okay. It looks like we're back on and popping. God damn it. All right. You know what? That just really just took a bite out of crime in my dialogue. But you know what? We soldier on. So, tonight, I'm going to have a debate with someone who called me out a few weeks ago. The person I'm debating is George Blanche, minister and host of Black Jesus Radio. I almost feel like I'm getting struck by lightning just for saying that, George. George contacted me through Michael Hampton, and when he challenged me to a debate, I couldn't say no. I especially couldn't say no with Mike egging me on to step into the arena with George. Plus I don't mind slap boxing Negroes who think they're African when the chances of that being true are slim to none and slims on a milk carton somewhere. So I relish this, George. Thank you for contacting me, and we'll be at it shortly. But first, I'm going to go to the mailbag real quickly because you know what? No matter the topic, situation, or guest, I have to give attention to the people that thought enough about me and this show to write in. Plus, I enjoy the questions and comments from you guys, even the stupid ones. All right, so let's get to it, shall we? Come on, y'all. Let's make it happen. This first one comes from Blackwell. That's different. Who writes, do you really think we can overcome white supremacy? I've been in the 4A group for a couple of months now, and I'm waking up to some things I thought were false. But still, do you think we have it in us? Well, yes, George, we do have it in us. We have more than have it in us. We actually, let me put it to you this way, George. The more we discover about ourselves, the more we discover about our real history, the more we will be inclined to do what our ancestors did, which is build, because that is what Indians do. They build. We build things, George. We build civilizations. We build societies. We build cultures. We build pretty much everything that you can think of. The world centers around us. It doesn't center on Africa, George. It centers on us. All right, so, yes, we can do it. It doesn't take much. It's not as difficult as you might think it might be. We just have to inundate our people with the information that they need. What you see going on around us right now, what you see happening with the situations with the cops, with the government, with foreigners who come over now and disrespect us, what you see with everything that goes on comes from a state of ignorance on our part. See, because being African Americans, we're relegated to just being beggars, whiners. When you see people going out and protesting stores, Korean stores, nail shops, and the whole nine, Blackwell, they're asking for approval. They're asking, why don't you like us? Why don't you treat us better? Stop going to their stores. As simple as this. You just simply stop going to the store. You just don't show the fuck up there anymore. That will monkey wrench them more than anything. Start focusing on ourselves, right? The same way we've been inundated with misinformation for centuries, but let's just focus on this last century. Because remember, our grandparents weren't talking about we were from Africa. Our great-grandparents damn sure weren't talking about we from Africa. That happened in the 20th century more than any other time. That's when that came into effect. And there's a reason for that, Blackwell. There's a reason for all of this happening. But when is that different from any other day for us? So really what we have to do is focus on ourselves. We got to start teaching our children. We got to start basically just hitting them every day, just like bullshit they get on TV and the radio that hits them every day and influences their thinking every day. We have to do it to our children. Every day. We have to drum it in them. We have to reprogram our children. We have to reprogram ourselves. But we can do it. It's just a matter of, do we have it in us? Are we so comfortable, Blackwell, that we just don't feel the urge or the need to do it? Because if so, then the game's over, man. We've lost. We've lost. we'll be even more invisible than we are now. Claiming to be black and African American and whatever they throw as, we'll be Hebrew Israelites, we'll be Moors, we'll be Muslims, we'll be Christians, we'll be, whatever comes new. I mean, we'll go back to the Coptic faith or some shit like that. That's what's going to happen to us if we don't get a grip and we start learning now. Teaching and teaching now. And we're on a short curve. We don't have time for 50 years for us to take this to take effect. It's got to take effect immediately. We got to pretty much take ourselves back, take our language back, take our culture back, take our land back. But none of that will happen before we start learning. What you see in Chicago wouldn't happen nearly to the effect that it does now if the cats there knew what the deal was. So it can be done, Blackwell. Most definitely it can be done. And I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you, brother. And here we go. Here's the next one. This next one comes from Randy, who writes, Randy is in, Randy. All right. This isn't Randy Jackson, is it? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you and Jermaine got to make up. I know he's got helmet hair and he stole your woman. But listen here, Randy. All right, you're the most talented musician in the Jackson family. You just got to just go and cut Jermaine's hair. That's all you got to do, brother. I'm just saying if it's really you, Randy. But if it's not, your question. Okay. Gabriel, do you really believe it's on men to protect women who go out of pocket like the black woman did with the Chinese man who punched her? I personally think that's on her. Women should know better than to hit a man. Randy, that is a bitch-ass statement you just made, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you a scenario, Randy. See, this is our problem right here. A lot of our men have just become straight bitch-ass. It shouldn't matter if she was out of pocket or not, and personally, I don't really think that she was, but it shouldn't even matter. But I'm going to give you a scenario, Randy. All right? Let's put your dumb, ignorant ass in Shanghai. Let's say you got a store in Shanghai. Okay, you got a store in Shanghai, and you happen to have a discrepancy with a Chinese woman there. Okay, you guys are having a heated argument, and she happens to just brush by you, and actually, she doesn't even brush by you until after you grab her, which the Chinese dude did, by the way. Okay, let's say she brushes by you, and you punch her the way that Chinese dude punched that sister, where you draw blood. Doesn't matter if any men are there. All she has to do is go show one Chinese dude her injury and that you did it, point at you, that you did it. He may not take you on by himself, Randy, but several of them will. They will jump your ass, Randy, and they will beat your motherfucking ass like you stole something. And not only that, Randy, not only after they kicked your ass and probably dragged your ass out in the street and you've probably been arrested for it, they're going to vandalize your store, Randy. Probably after vandalizing your store, Randy, they're going to burn your fucking store. So you won't have any business anymore, Randy. You know why? You broke the cardinal rule. Asian men are actually unusually cruel to both their women and children. But you can't do it. You can't do it, Randy. You can't touch them. Whether that sister was out of pocket or not, you pull her to the side after you whoop that Chinese cat's ass and say, look, sister, don't do that no more. That's all you got to do. This ain't hard. This ain't hard. This isn't hard at all. The fact is, a lot of you cats have become voyeurs and watching our women and even our children get beat. And all you do is stand around, oh, shit, oh, damn, oh, shit. That's all you do. You won't do anything. You won't actually jump in and participate. Meanwhile, I saw, not too long ago, I saw a sister and a white chick getting it on fight. All right, the sister beat her brakes off. It wasn't much of a fight, to be honest with you. And the white chick was way out of pocket to even put her hands on her. And this is in North Raleigh. This ain't the hood. This is in North Raleigh. Okay, the sister, the white chick looked like olive oil with a jawline like Quagmire in this motherfucker. She was not attractive and had no weight, no size, and no skills. But check it. Before her ass hit the curve from getting knocked the fuck out, who came to grab her? Her brother. He scooped her up before she even hit the curve. See, we're twisted, Randy. We're twisted. when you don't take care of your women and your children, that's a fucking problem. And if you don't, some foreigner will come in and try to. That's why a lot of these foreigners, particularly Arabs, are using your women and using your children for porn. Do you know that, Randy? That's on them too, huh, Randy? Randy, you gotta know better. If you've been listening to my show, you should know me well enough by now to think that I would even entertain you agreeing with you on some bullshit like this. So, Randy, I'm short for time right now because me and George are about to get it on because we don't get along. So I'm just going to give you the abridged version real quickly. Go fuck yourself, Randy. Hard. All right. Well, that was great, wasn't it, guys? I really enjoyed that. I'm here to tell you, you bet your ass to gotcha. And that's all we got tonight. I got a lot of more, but, hey, I got a raging debate on the horizon with George Blanche of Black Jesus Radio. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick pause. And let's first take a moment of silence for the passing of not just a music icon, but a musical institution, Aretha Louise Franklin, who died of pancreatic cancer last week. I didn't get a chance last week to pay homage to the chiefess of soul. But tonight, we're going to pay homage to Aretha Franklin. I love that woman's music. A moment of silence for Aretha. All right. With that said, you know what? Freaking, come on. Really? Oh, my fucking goodness, man. All my Aretha tracks that I put up here have been taken the fuck off. Can you believe? Blog Talk, we got to talk, Blog Talk. This might be my last time fucking with you. If you keep fucking with me like this, it's a must that I fuck with you back. How come I don't have Aretha? How come no Aretha? All right. Look, guess I'm going to have to take it out on it. Wait a minute. Whoa. I got one Aretha tune that's actually just popped up. Ain't this some shit? It ain't the one I wanted, but all Aretha songs are good songs. So I'm going to play this one, and we're going to come back. Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Help him, white Jesus. Okay. And not Black Jesus Radio up there, George. But we'll be back with you, George, in just a second. We'll be right back. Peace.
Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired. And when I knew I had to face another day, before
And we're back. That was the beautiful Aretha Franklin. I love that song. I love all of Aretha stuff, really. She never really made any bad stuff. Okay, some of that stuff later on in the 80s, okay, that's debatable, but by that time she was well past her prime and she wasn't really playing anymore. Remember now, as Aretha's singing this, she's playing piano at the same time. All those piano riffs, that's her. That is Aretha. That was made in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Believe it or not, mostly white guys were the musicians. Most of those guys also played for Stax, but you get the point. Those cats can play. Culture vulturing, yeah, probably so. Paying tribute to the music, though, yeah, they did. So I got to give them their props for that. But, all right, again, Aretha, she's part of the soundtrack of my life. Love that woman. Love that woman. That's a singing woman. Anyway, without further delay, I want to bring on a guy who called me out and is absolutely overconfident that he's going to win this debate, which I love. Gosh, I love it. And was really trying to set up shop on how this debate should be done, on my show. So I thought that was a bit humorous. But, George, this ain't Face the Nation, and this ain't Meet the Press, and this ain't Skip Gates' classroom. So we're just going to go at it, bruh. Let's see if you got it in you to stand up, all right? Come on and knock this tomahawk off my shoulder, George. You think you got it in you, bruh? What's going on, George Blanche? Black Jesus Radio. What's happening, brother?
Mr. Rich, how you feel? Mr. Rich, how you feel?
Oh, I feel like a million engines. How you feel, brother? You feeling awfully black today? You feeling kind of like what, W.B. Du Bois, somebody like that? What's that?
Absolutely, sir. The mirror reminds me that I am an awesome African American every day, sir.
Woo! Awesome African American. So help me, Jesus. All right, brother. I like your spunk. I like it, bro. I like it, man. So let me ask you, like, what made you decide to spark this debate with me? Because I'm curious. Because I never heard of you. So, clearly you must have heard of me.
Well, I'm sorry to deflate your ego and to have to let the air out of your bag. But I never heard of you. You look too nerdy to run in my circles, homeboy.
Look too nerdy.
But
hey,
again,
nerds rule the world, bro. Nerds rule the world.
Brother, that's fine, brother. That's fine. Whatever you say. All right.
Right on.
Now,
right on.
But again, dear brother, and I do consider you to be my brother. You are a wayward brother. You suffer from the illness of colorism and from the illness of inappropriate self-identity, racial identity, which is a vestige of colonialism and slavery, dear brother. But if you hang on it for a little while, little brother, you know what I'm saying? I think perhaps there may be a chance that we may be able to straighten you out and many of our brothers and sisters who have been struggling with identity based on white supremacy, white skin, light skin, bright skin, brown skin, good hair supremacy, brown skin, good hair supremacy, which I am sure that is your problem as well, dear brother. Okay? Mm-hmm. And, of course, is particular because I saw your photo due to brown skin supremacy. But let me explain to you how I got wind of you. All right?
Okay.
No, brother. I've never heard of you, didn't know you, but one of your fans was on my group page, and I have two official group pages. And again, my name is BlackJesusMinister. That is my social media debate name, BlackJesusMinister. And for those of you who have not heard of me, and I'm pretty sure that there are many people who have not heard of me, I would not assume that otherwise. But I do have much material that to show that my presence has been on social media for at least 4 or 5 years, and all you have to do is just simply type in Google BlackJesusMinister, and you will see many of my teachings, many of my debates, many of my discussions, and I would encourage you, Brother Rich, and your listening audience to subscribe to my fairly new YouTube channel, Black Jesus Radio, all one word, Black Jesus Radio, all one word, and also to join our discussion groups where we discuss anything and everything, and where we affiliate, and you don't have to be a Christian, you don't have to believe in Jesus. Black Jesus Radio, Facebook, Black Jesus Radio, our official Facebook group page. We invite all people to come and to conversate and to communicate and to even challenge one another in our belief systems respectfully. And that at some point in time, I believe if we start communicating, that we can eliminate a lot of differences. And I do believe that debating is an awesome tool to bring about truth and to and an opportunity to put aside falsehoods and false information. Now, it's an opportunity. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, based on the mind, the mental pride that we have, that we suffer from which is a human condition, and that is admitting that I am wrong. That is a human condition, and it's a bad one. And but it can be surmounted, and it can be victored. So I'm always eternally hopeful. So again, it was one of your fans by the name of Michael Hampton. What's up, Michael Hampton? I think I heard him say that he should be listening tonight.
Mike's not a fan. Mike's a friend, actually. He was once a co-host of mine and a friend of mine and a fellow Indian. But, yes, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, so,
you're on a roll right now.
So I was conversating with Michael Hampton on one of my pages. I believe it was our group page, BlackJesusRadio. Radio.
Right.
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yes, I converse with Mike often. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. And Michael and I were communicating, and in that communication, he was challenging me that he's Aboriginal, that I'm Aboriginal, and that we're all Aboriginal, and I did not disagree with my brother that we are Aboriginal, Mr. Rich. I am Aboriginal, okay? But I believe, based on the science and based on the scientific information, okay? And I am not the scientist, and I am not the historian, and I am not the anthropologist, but based on all those things that I just mentioned, okay, and their information, we are indeed Africans, okay? The Aboriginals came here from Africa. And so Brother Michael then said, he challenged me, and I said, okay, well, let's debate. And then instead of he accepting my debate challenge, he said, well, I will defer you to, and I said, well, sure, well, send your buddy a message, tell him that I will debate him on my show or his show, it doesn't matter. And that's how you and I came to know each other, dear brother. So again, I'm sorry about letting the air out your bag about you thought I heard of you before this day.
Oh no. I don't have an ego, George. I don't really have much of an ego at all about this thing. I do this for the people. I'll be doing this probably until I take my last breath at 110. So there's no biggie for me, buddy. I also like to, converse with Mike and, all the other Indians, so, it's all good. Even an Indian like yourself, and before we get started, if you're Aboriginal, then you're Aboriginal to Africa. You're indigenous to America. I'm Aboriginal to America, and I ain't indigenous to Africa, but you get my point. You could take a person out of a place, right? Let's say they took those millions of Africans out of Africa and put them here, and over the generations they become indigenous to the Americas, but they're still Aboriginal to Africa. Of course, it wasn't millions, and I was being obviously sarcastic and facetious, but you get my point. So, yeah, we'll get you on that one real quick. And all right, let's get this thing started. What is it right off the bat? What is your belief in this issue? Because clearly we're opposed in this, and obviously that you think that we come from Africa. Why is it do you think we come from Africa? I'm waiting with bated breath to hear this.
Well, first of all, Mr. Gabriel Rich,
yes.
Would you please do me the favor of posting tonight's show link on my page or in my,
sure.
my Facebook page?
Well,
or
it's
the
in your box.
Facebook
inbox? Yeah, I put it. I've already inboxed you with it.
Okay, well, let me see if this is it. Okay, yeah, that is it. Because I was trying to find it on the net for the main channel to pull up this particular show, and it wasn't popping up.
Hey, we'd love to get some of your Black Jesus followers to come on in here and join in with us.
Oh, they're listening. They're listening. Hopefully we'll have some that will call in. They'll probably be listening more than calling in because they're pretty confident that BlackJesusMinister got this thing handled and that you're thoroughly going to get a very thorough spanking from Brother BlackJesusMinister.
Okay, well,
I mean that in love, dear brother. Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, it's hey, bro. Well, first off, we may not think the same things, right? We may not have the same beliefs, but at the end of the day, it's not like I'm going to come find you and split your wig open with a tomahawk, or you're going to come and throw a Bible at me. You dig? So,
exactly.
It's all in love. It's all in love, bro. It's all in love, but
yes,
just take it like a man. Yes, just take it like a man.
Sure.
Just take it like a man. That's all I can ask for you. Take your beating like a man. So, before we get into that, why do you think that we are from Africa? Why is it that you believe we're from Africa? And then I will retort.
Well, hold on, Mr. Rich. We need to make things very clear with everyone.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to need your assistance if you don't mind.
Why, sure.
I'm trying to load up this show now. I just clicked your show link, and I'm trying to see if I'm going to get some volume over here, but I guess it'll come on whenever it's ready. Would you please take time to explain to the people that tonight's show is
a prelude. It's more like a prelude
or a pre-debate show, and that this is not the actual debate, and that you and I will reschedule.
Actually, we're going to do another one, George, but it is a debate. Let's not fool ourselves here. I didn't come here to shake your hand and pat you on the back, and you didn't come here to do the same thing for me. You came to give your facts. I came to give mine, and we debate about it. Now, this is a prelude to what would be a bigger debate because you've got to be on Google Hangouts, and you've got to be visual and show papers and all types of documents and stuff that I will pick apart and destroy. But, I'm game for that. I'll fight you out. I'll fight you in your arena just like you're here in mine. It's no biggie. But yeah, we're debating, bro. Let's not fool ourselves here. So with that said, why that you believe?
Hold on now, Mr. Gabby, deceptive ass Gabriel Rich.
No, Jesus don't like using that word.
Brother, excuse me. And the word ass is another word for mule, all right, or donkey, whatever you want to call it. All right. So and the Bible and the word ass, sir, the ass animal is in Scripture, okay? All right.
Oh, bro.
Now,
all right.
Now listen, brother Rich. Now look here, man. You're talking to a grown ass man over here, and you're not talking to a nut and a fool and a retard and an uneducated individual. Okay?
Okay.
Now look here, man.
All right.
You and I just got to communicating an hour or two ago before the show started. Okay? We're not going to play the stupid game. You're not playing with somebody stupid, sir. All right? Now,
did I ever call
you
you
and I
stupid?
No. Wait till I finish, please. No, we're not debating because you, sir, agreed with me earlier that we were going to debate. That we were going to debate on your Google Hangout so that you and I could show and present our information.
I don't need to show you anything, George. That's for you. It's not for me. I don't need to show you a damn thing, bro. You bring your facts, I'll bring mine.
Okay, I'm going to be quiet. This is your show, and you let me know when I can talk. And then I'm going
You've been talking the entire
please
time.
don't interrupt me, okay? I'm shutting up now because this is your show. Let me know when I can talk.
George. You're shaky, George. Okay, George. Okay, again, I've asked you one question that you still have yet to answer, and you've kind of been like stalling. Why is it that you feel that we're from Africa?
May I speak now, sir?
Oh, really? Is this the way you want to go? Yes, George, you can speak.
All right, sir. Well, please do not interrupt me until I finish. Okay? Now, Mr. Gabriel Rich, sitting up here thinking you playing a little game, a little trick game with one of your followers.
Oh,
all right?
Good,
brother, we're not playing no dumbass lying games, brother. Now, you and I communicated.
Starting off bad, George.
Sir, there you go interrupting me, sir. You said I can talk. You and I communicated 2 hours before this show started. You and I communicated throughout the week before today's show, even last week when the show was canceled because your blog talk went bad. And that precipitated our discussion that we should take the show to your Google Hangout. And I said that was an excellent idea, and I preferred Google Hangout, and I prefer Google Hangout and video debates anyway. And the reason why, Mr. Rich, is to expose liars and frauds and just mentally ill people. And the mental illness, and I'm not sitting up here trying to talk about mental ill people. We're all mentally ill to some degree, to one degree or another. Okay? And as black people, we are sick from the sin that America placed upon us, which is called slavery and colonialism. That's black people here in the Americas and black people all over the world and even in Africa. All right? Now, and it is my mission as a minister of the true God and of the true religion and of his true Christ, Black Jesus, Yeshua, to make sure that I take part in trying to heal my people from the vestiges of slavery, from ignorance and from lies, and from self-hatred, Brother Rich. And so, Brother Rich, in our conversation, I said to you that I would prefer that we do our debate before days before this day, because I have videos and information that I need to share with your audience. We're not going to participate in just an audio debate where you can just run your mouth and sound real good and talk real good and trick people. Because, see, at Black Jesus Radio and at Black Jesus Radio debates, our debates are on YouTube and on video where you must present your evidence. Now when you can sit up here and give the gab and run your mouth like a bunch of social media YouTube scholars and frauds and liars do and trick people by what they're saying and will not present evidence about what they're saying. And so, sir, you and I agreed to that, and we agreed to that 2 hours ago, and now you're going to sit up here and try to play me for a jerk and say, oh, we're going to get this thing on now. We're debating right now. Yeah, you're in your element, Mr. Rich.
Did I not say that this is a prelude? Did I not say that this is a prelude?
I am almost finished,
Did I not say that this is a prelude to a large debate? Did I not say this is a prelude to a large debate?
Sir, I am almost finished.
Well,
I am almost finished,
bro. This is 3 minutes of my life I can't get back.
But sir, please, you interrupted me, sir. I have the text messages and your inbox messages to prove what I'm saying, sir. Right? And
you done?
So, sir, no, we're not going to play your little dumb game and debate on Blog Talk Radio, which is an audio program where you will have the comfort of not presenting your evidence to the world, sir. You're going to debate and present your evidence, which you have none but a bunch of pseudo information, just like Dave Calloway. You're a con man, brother. And you know,
George, you talked enough. All right. Now, I asked you a simple question that you clearly can't fucking answer, and that's okay. But, all right, now, you're not going to stay on for an hour and a half for you to just sit up here and just bump your gums and avoid the questions that I'm asking you. Now, you can either answer them or not. If you got any questions for me, I'll answer them, all right? Because the fact is, we came up here to joust. I said in the beginning that this is a prelude to a larger debate. You're doing it. I'm doing it your way on your show, but you're doing it my way on my show, George. And this is my show. So, again, I'm going to ask you, why is it that you believe that we are African? And I don't want to hear all the other stuff. I just want an answer. If you got one, spill it. If you don't.
Okay. Now, am I clear? And am I telling the truth, Mr. Rich, that this is not the debate, that this is a pre-debate discussion, and I am open to answering questions from you and your audience. So
did I not already establish
no.
This is a prelude? I did establish this. So, again, I'm asking you the question for now about the 480th time. Why do you believe that we're Africans? I'll answer the same question on your show. Sir. All right?
No problem, sir. I'm answering your question. Thank you.
Because right now I'm watching my toenails grow faster than you're answering the question. So
Thank you for confirming and refusing to stop playing your game that you wanted to play tonight. But the answer to your question, Mr. Rich, as I told you, and I'm going to say it again, I'm going to add to that, sir, okay? We are African, Mr. Rich, because we look just like Africans, Mr. Rich, and my mirror reminds me of that every day, Mr. Rich.
Okay.
So, Mr. Rich, what is wrong with your mirror, sir, and why is it, Mr. Rich, that we look like Africans?
You're asking me a question that you actually want me to answer now?
I answered your question, and I'm asking you a question back. You asked me a question.
Well, look at you. Okay, well, allow me to retort, George. It's pretty simple. One, we don't look like Africans. Don't confuse skin complexion or the fact that we're melanated carbon people to us looking alike, because that ain't true. All right? You'll find the darkest Ame'Rican won't be the darkest African at all. All right? That's just one. That's one reason. Two, we don't share the same phenotype. That's number two. All right? Most of all. And three, we don't share the same character traits as Africans either. Now, you may not have looked closely enough through the lens, since you see yourself as an African every day, I'm guessing Kunta, but all right, and that's your choice. But from what I see, there's a distinct difference. And having gone there, I know that there's a distinct difference. So, and having been around Africans on a major setting, particularly when I lived in California, there is a huge, distinct difference between us, particularly in character traits. Secondly, why is it that we don't think we're Africans? Then if we're Africans the way you claim we are, George, they would be just as productive on the cultural end, the athletic end as we are. Americans are the fastest people on the planet. I've yet to see a Nigerian, Ugandan, South African, anything win the 100-meter, let alone set a record in one. Where's their Michael Jackson? Where's their Miles Davis? Where's their Aretha Franklin? Where are they? Where are they, George? Where are they exactly? Where are these people? Since we come from them, all right, and they are the genesis of us, so you claim, then why don't they share these geniuses that we have? Where are they? I have yet to see one of them. And don't give me Fela Kuti, because he went to the school, he studied at James Brown's feet, so you can't go to him. So any other African that you name that you can call out, they studied at an Ame'Rican's feet. That goes for Hugh Masekela, Mary McKeever, Jonathan Butler. We can go on and on. So hit me.
So now you just named some of those African stars. So you just named some out of your own mouth. So why would you even ask a dumb question like that, Mr. Red?
No, I'm saying I'm telling you those ones they studied. Hugh Masekela lived in America. And again, Fela Kuti would tell you that he studied James Brown to come up with his sound. So you're going to have to name somebody as them.
Well, let me respond to this. See, you are a shining example of white skin, light skin, brown skin supremacy, good hair supremacy. See, you are a peon of white supremacy because you see the world through eyes of the slave master. And the slave master taught you to see the world, to see yourself and to see the world through his eyes. Now, first of all, dear sir, you know damn well that the United States is leading the world in everything. The United States is more prominent than all of the European countries.
And why is that, George?
Sir, no. Hold on, man. Look, look.
I just asked a question. Why is that?
Sir, excuse me. I'm responding to you, to your question, and why is that? It's because of America benefited from over 300 years of free labor. 300 years of free slave labor is what propelled the United States to be the most dominant nation on the planet. Okay? No other nation benefited from 300 years of free labor. All right? Now, there are other things.
You sure about that?
Sir, let me finish, sir. Now, please, just calm down. Now, we as black people and we as black Aboriginals, okay, we're not the ones who are running this country. But we struggle in this country to carve out and eke out an identity. And because we are in the number one country, because our free labor made this country as powerful as it is, and its media and its influence, and we are the beneficiaries of being in this prominent nation that benefited from our free labor, okay, for 300 years. And so the American ideology, the Americanism, is number one all over the world, not just in Africa, sir. Everybody emulates America. Everybody looks to America. But you, seeing Africa through the eyes of your slave master, because you're ill, and I'm here to help you out and your people, dear brother. You're going to sit up here and say, well, why they haven't done this? Why we did all this, we did all that? That's because we get more exposure because we're in the most powerful country in the world, not because black people are the only ones who made it powerful, but our slave masters made it powerful by what? Ruling over us and taking advantage of our slave labor, and they are the ones who are in control of the media. All right? So, man, just because you're not hearing about people all over the world doesn't mean that the talented people in the world don't exist and that they don't exist in Africa. And if you believe that, brother, you are highly ignorant, brother. And I'm here to help you. Black Jesus Minister, Black Jesus Radio, and Black Jesus Ministries is here to help you with your ignorance, brother, and your simple stupidity. Okay? Love you, brother.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Now, let me respond to that, George. Now, you said that I'm looking through the eyes of white supremacy and all this, but, okay, you ain't even looking, bro. You sleep. You still sleep. You know that song? You know the song, Stay Woke? You need to wake the fuck up, George, really quick, and here's the reason why. That 400 or 300 years of free slave labor was nothing but, and they want all that damn free. Don't confuse chattel slavery, which was actually not chattel slavery existed, and mainly the people who were chattel slaves that were us were prisoners of war, Indian prisoners of war. That's what they were, captured, put into slavery. Most of us were free. There were only 4.5 million slaves in America during the peak of slavery, and a good portion of them were Europeans. As a matter of fact, your first slaves over here were Europeans. As a matter of fact, and you should know this, whether you are brother, whether you are an African American, whether you're an Indigenous American, this is just plain history. The Middle Passage started from the Americas to Europe. You ever heard of this dude called Cristobal Colon, a.k.a. Christopher Columbus? Yeah, he took slaves with him back to Europe, Spain in particular. That's where the Middle Passage started. And as far as free labor goes, let's see, Africa, Europeans were in Africa before they ever got here. So how come Africa is the most powerful nation? It's a rhetorical question, George. You don't have to worry. You don't have to answer it. But my point of being that, number one, don't confuse contract bond slavery, which is what most of our slavery was, because we were really the most skilled artisans. We were the most skilled people, period. Europeans were mainly pickpockets, thieves, burglars, con men, whatever they could to survive. They basically just released the prisons and sent them over here, and some in indentured servitude, some into perpetuity, actually, forever. George, don't confuse that and debt prison slavery, which still exists today. Debt prison slavery, you know that? You get into debt, you have to serve time, you go and you do free labor for X amount of time, you get out. A lot of that happened to us, George. This free labor wasn't all that free, and you really need to do your homework in terms of, let's say, you know this thing called the Civil War? Part of the reason the Civil War started because in the South, most of your sharecrop owners, your plantation, they were Negroes, George. They were Negroes. Again, white people weren't skilled, and Europeans are the worst farmers in the world. The world, George. And I'm going to ask you this really quick question, and I know I'm going to get a lot of banter from you, and then in the second hour we'll go to the phones, and because a lot of people are ready to speak to you about this one, George, and you bought it on yourself, buddy. But how is it? Now, you say at least 1 million conservative figure. We talked about this earlier in the week. Okay, at least 1 million. That's a conservative figure, as you said, no doubt. You said more, but you were just being conservative. How is it that 1 million Africans arrived here when Europeans couldn't get themselves here by the millions until the late 19th, 20th century with the invention of the steamboat? Mm-hmm. How did that happen?
Sir, I disagree with you on that big time, sir.
Okay. I figured you would.
Hold on, brother. Just listen now. If they had 300 years to get over here, you mean to tell me that within 300 years you can't get 1 million people over here?
On a sailboat?
European?
On a sailboat? On a sailboat? No, I didn't say. Yes. I said by millions, George. Meaning over an extended course of time.
Rich. You're. Let me answer your question. And I did pause. Mr. Rich, not no one ship. Several European nations were coming over here. Not just one. Not just England. Okay.
I know
the Spanish first. The English.
Yes.
The French. The Portuguese. The Dutch. Many European nations that were coming over here, sir. So you sitting up here talking like there's only like one ship bringing people over here.
Which meant hundreds of ships?
Oh, well, Mr. Rich, well, what do you think? Do you think all of those nations only sent one ship apiece? Is that what you think?
Oh, no. I know more ships were sent, not as many as you think, and I'll break it down really quickly when you're done.
How long did it take a sail ship to get from there to here? I don't remember, but it might have been, a month?
3 months. 3 months.
3 months.
3 months,
okay.
George.
All right, 3 months, one way. All right? Now, if you got several ships from several nations going one way, and I'm sure they had more than one ship representing each nation, and you do that for 300, 400, 500 years, you mean to tell me you can't get 1 million people over here in 300, 400, 500 years, and then those people who are here are not multiplying, are not having children in that same 300 years? What's wrong with you, man?
Are you done?
Yes, I am. Common sense, brother. Apply some common sense to your question. Maybe that'll stop you from asking me some silly questions, but go right ahead, man.
Okay, silly to you. Okay, well, allow me to answer your question. Okay, number one, there was more, Columbus had 3 ships when he first came here, so obviously, and remember now, Spain went belly up to get Columbus here. They spent $17 million to get him here. Spain was a poor-ass country, as most countries in Europe were at that particular time, overspent, overtaxed, and their own people were slaves. You ever heard of feudalism, feudal lord slavery? So, they were slaves there too. So, as we stand right now, there are more Europeans or more white people dying than being born. And that has pretty much always been the case, which is also one of the reasons why they make up less than 10% of the world's population. Now, 2, and I really hate to drop this bomb on you, George, but I enjoy doing it, so I just gotta share it, because this was some motherfucker, George. All those ships, Europe was going through a heavy time of disease, and Europeans, do you know how they took care of their dead pre the 19th century, George? They burned them, George. That means they had to chop down a lot of trees. There was a lumber shortage in Europe. for about a 200-year period. As a matter of fact, in England alone, they damn near burnt down their forests after the bubonic plague, George. They didn't have the ships. Almost all of Europe at that time burned their dead. They went through 2 fucking dark ages. That's a lot of people dead. That's a lot of burning, George. They didn't bury their people. They didn't start burying people until the 19th century. So as far as that goes, that kills your argument for all of these ships. That's number one, okay? And number two, to really blast off on you, and I really hate to do this to you, George, but you're bringing it on yourself, buddy. You really are, fella. All right. For the most part, 500 years of slavery? Really? Now, slavery allegedly started in 1619, but it ended by 1830. There was no Middle Passage.
Sir, that's not what I was saying.
That's
I'm
not
talking
500
about
years.
Over here. I didn't say slavery.
Allegedly.
I said over here, sir.
Getting over again. The Middle Passage started from the Americas
don't make a point about
to Europe.
Something that I did not say. You were talking about how was it that 1 million or more Europeans got over here? That's what we're talking about, sir.
No, what I'm talking about,
Europeans were here before slavery, and they were coming here after slavery, sir.
They were Europe. Europe didn't have a massive invasion of coming here literally by the millions until the 19th century, and it was the late 19th century. I'm not suggesting to you that there weren't 1 million Europeans here before then. Over the course of time, yeah, but not many more, maybe 3.5 tops over. You're talking about from the 16th century up until the late 18th century, but they came over by the millions in the 19th, 20th century. You know, Ellis Island, blah blah blah. That's when they started coming, George. Before then, they were the minority. They were far and away the minority. And who were those people who were already here by that time, George? It had to be us Indians, don't you think? I mean, and the wild part about this is, and this is what kills me with your ignorance, all right? The proof is everywhere. You just haven't bothered to look for it. Now, you talk about white supremacy, but white supremacy got a leash on you, and they walk you every day, George. They let you go take a dump, and then they take your ass back in the house and put you in a basket and let you watch Barney cartoons all day. You don't really understand really what's going down here. The proof is out there, right in your face. It's right in your face every single day that we are those Indians. You ever looked at a Redskins helmet? That cat ain't iron. He ain't Iron Eyes Cody on that fucking helmet, George. That's an engine. That's an engine, George. That's what I call us Indians. Engines. That's what we call ourselves, George. It's a Ame'Rican thing. Don't worry about it. But okay, George. Wow. You know, I
respond?
I expected more from you, George. Sure.
May I respond?
Hey, go get him, buddy.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Rich. And again, I want to reiterate to the listening audience, as Brother Rich confirmed earlier, that
George, real quick, George, just real. I'm sorry, fella, sorry. Hey guys, again, if you want to tune in, you want to call into the show, 563-999-3442 is the call-in number. Press 1 to join the conversation. All right, I'm with George Blanche of Black Jesus Radio, and we are having a prelude to a debate. How about that, George? Does that feel good for you? Does that make you feel nice and run inside? Does that do it for you? Okay, so
yes, that gives me hope. That gives me hope of your character. In your character, brother. Thank you.
George, let's not go with character. Let's not go with character,
buddy. It gives me hope, brother. It gives me hope. I feel good about you, brother. Thank you.
George, you're telling on yourself right now, buddy. You're telling on yourself. You know why I'm saying
you're telling on yourself? I respond to what you just said, man.
Yes, please, for the love of Black Jesus, Jackson, Judas Priest, respond.
All righty. Again, brother, let me enter into the listening audience. I am an Aboriginal. Let me get that straight. I am an Aboriginal. I'm not denying.
Aboriginal of what? Of what? Aboriginal.
I am an Aboriginal. Sir, excuse me. I am an Aboriginal of the Americas, meaning first, that we were first here, and also I am African American from the Atlantic slave trade, and so are all of you. All of you who claim to be Aboriginal. Excuse me, sir. Man. Well, you gonna let me talk or what, brother? I was quiet while you were talking.
Contradiction. That's a contradiction.
Let me finish talking. Sir, if you let me finish talking, then maybe I will answer your contradiction. All right? So please, let me just get my information out, what I'm saying to the people.
And
your people, so that they can understand me. I think this is a good opportunity for them to understand, to try and get to understand me, what I believe and what I think. This is an excellent time to do that.
Yes, it is, George. Yes, it is.
What I am saying is, which goes in line with the scientific anthropological information, okay, that yes, as black people, the first people here in the Americas are black Negroid people. And also Negroid black people came here to the Americas from the transatlantic slave trade. And those two people intermarried each other, and all of us are now Aboriginals and descendants of the Atlantic slave trade, whom both came from Africa. The Aboriginals came from Africa to the Americas. The Atlantic slave trade ancestors, our ancestors, came from Africa. So we are Aboriginal African Americans, and I do claim to be an Aboriginal, and I communicate with Aboriginal brothers and sisters, and I thank them for bringing that identity to my mindset and bringing it to the conscious or the so-called conscious community and bringing it to the world, because this is something that we need to deal with. Because for too long, we have been in darkness and thinking that our Mongoloid, Asiatic, Native American brothers or sisters were the first ones here, which they were not. But the black Aboriginals and the Mongoloid Aboriginals were here together, and they did intermarry with one another. And at some point in time, I do believe that the Asiatics came to outnumber the Negroid or the African Aboriginals who came over here from Africa.
Think so?
Yes, I do. I think I have information to prove that in our debate next week. So hopefully you and I, maybe during this show or maybe after the show, we can come up with a date, and hopefully we can do it right now while we got everybody's attention, come up with a date and a time where we can do this debate next week, because we need to get this done.
We'll do that, George, before we leave.
Okay,
don't worry.
Okay.
We got 58 minutes left in the show.
So to make a long story short, I'm not here to destroy the truth that we are Aboriginals, because I am Aboriginal. And I am Aboriginal because I'm African, and also I'm Aboriginal because I have Choctaw in my descent. Okay? In my descent. Choctaw Indian, all right? Now, I live here in Houston, Texas, all right?
Okay.
And the Choctaws, before they were forced out, were in Louisiana, okay? Now, so I'm not denying, I'm not an enemy of the Aboriginal movement, but I am here to bring truth to the Aboriginal movement and the fullness of our identity, and to put an end to the Willie Lynch genocide that the slave master has put in our mind and in our bloodstream and in our DNA, to sit up here and to hate ourselves as African people. So, brother, I hope I answered your question. If there are any more questions from you or your audience, brother, go right ahead.
Yes, you did, bro. You're going to have to forgive me, bro, but the people on my post, they are lighting your ass up. It's hilarious, but okay. All right. Okay. You do understand that Aboriginal means from the people of the land, right? It doesn't mean first. It means from the people of the land. So if you're Aboriginal to Africa, you can't be Aboriginal to America. This is what I was telling you at the beginning. You can be indigenous to America, but you can't be Aboriginal to America if you you originate from Africa. It's impossible.
Well, Mr. Rich, while you and your audience is laughing, we're going to wait for you, sir, and I know your knees are knocking. We're going to wait for you to pull up that definition and place it on the screen for us.
Bruh, trust me when I tell you, I'm as cool as a fan, and I haven't even really got started.
And place it on the screen for everybody to see, sir. So now you can go ahead and continue. You can go ahead and continue with your flim-flamming and your talking. Go right ahead.
George, you can post anything that you want on your show. It's your show, and I'll play by your rules, which you seem to have a hesitancy to do here. All right, and you can put everything you can on your show, and I'm still going to light your ass up every single time because it depends on who you're putting it on. Or if you're putting on your noted scholars, the whole nine, I'm going to poke holes in them, every single one of those guys. Any cat that you put up 9 times out of 10 had a white mentor that taught them some shit going all the way back to Garvey, even him. They flipped him too. So, and he was the one who first started the whole Back to Africa movement. And actually, he didn't even start it. He got out a page from somebody else's shit before Garvey ever even got here. So whatever you post on your show, I'm looking forward to it, dude. I'll probably be there with some crayons and a Flintstone coloring book, and I'm still going to beat you. So it really doesn't matter what you have. You're still going to get taxed, bro. So, as long as you understand that pre-show, then it's all good. So here's what we're going to do, George. We are going to take some calls, all right? Now, I know I'm going to have to answer some questions from your devoted David Koresh-like Tabernacle, and I'm ready for that. So why don't you talk to some beautiful, lovely Indians who more than likely, well, ain't no more than likely, fucking know more than you do, George. So let's talk to a few of them. Okay, up first we got 727. 727, you're on the Rich Report. What's up? Hi, Joy.
Hey, Gabe.
Hey, Gabe. It's a joy to be.
Oh, so good to hear your voice, Gabe. I am very curious. I'm like sitting here in my seat, and I can't believe all that I'm hearing right now. I'm trying to understand where the look of someone says where they're from. I mean, I remember hearing him say that in the beginning, and I know that a lot of people want to base their knowledge that we're all from Africa, the cradle of civilization, because it is close to the equator. I know that they feel, only black people from Africa or close to the equator. No, the equator is around the planet. It goes all over the planet. That means that no matter where you are, life can start. So I'm not into this. I actually studied anthropology, and I never went with the we're all from Africa theory because they use the equator as the basis of their argument. And if the equator circles a planet, then how in the world could life have started in one place? Okay, 2. And then they use a monkey to do the analogy. Anyway, moving fast forward here. Fast forward here. I'm just wondering, what is the thesis of his solid foundation of us being from Africa as slaves? If we were the predominant people in America, and then we're not talking about the Mongoloids, who definitely were not the majority, and a lot of them were imported. No, those were your slaves. They imported those people, okay?
Yeah.
And then the anthropologists, which I was an anthropologist, the anthropologists are the ones who prop them up as the first people because the anthropologists are not Negro, okay? When they dig and find skulls, they find Negroes. How in the world could a Negro jump off a slave ship, build a pyramid, and then jump back on the ship? You tell me. How does that work? How do you do something like that? How do you build mounds all across America that I've seen with our faces? How do you do that as a slave? I want to know how that's done. Maybe you can answer me with the biblical Bible.
And Joy, where are those Olmec statues in Africa? I ain't seen one yet.
They're not. They do not have the same wear. They don't have the same art. I would believe that the pyramid cultures around the planet do have a connection. I'm not saying that African people never came here. But what I'm saying is every person of color is not African.
No, not at all.
The equator makes many people dark. Okay, so that's the stupid theory.
George, would you like to answer the question, my brother?
Dear sister, absolutely. First of all, dear sister, and to Brother Rich, I want to hear from both of you. What do Africans look like, Brother Rich and Miss Joy? Is that your name, Joy?
Joy.
Yes.
Okay. What do Africans look like?
First of all, they're dark. They're as dark as anyone. They're light. They're medium. They're brown. They're all colors. But guess what I have discovered about African people? Do not have the dominance of the O positive blood. O positive blood is the universal blood around the planet. Why? Why do they not have the whole continent with O positive? You tell me that. No one over there should have any other blood but O positive. No other blood should exist over there if they're the mother.
All right, let me hear from Brother Rich. Brother Rich, what do Africans look like? And I should have asked the sister the same thing. And how do you distinguish between a black American or a black Aboriginal versus a black African? What do Africans look like, and how do you distinguish between the two?
Well, as Joyce said, they come in all complexions, but generally they're the darkest people on earth. You won't find any people darker than they are. Secondly, we don't have the protruding cheekbones, which is a trait of theirs that they have. We don't generally have the high cheekbones that protrude out. And that you can take that from the top North Africa all the way down to even South Africa. You have those. Not all now. Don't get me wrong, not all. But that is a quality and trait of theirs that we do not share. And actually, it comes closer in sharing with that of Eurasians or so-called Mongols, Mongoloids. But we do not share that trait. And also, I hate to bust your bubble here again, but you're really asking for this, George. It's already been discovered that a lot of your African tribes didn't even originate in Africa. They originated in Eurasia and migrated to Africa. So that kills your out-of-Africa theory right there. And secondly, when you're coming with a theory that Charles Darwin back, that's buddy, I'm here to tell you. But, hey, you put yourself here. Okay. Really
all right,
quickly,
well, hold on.
Hang on the line.
Let me do it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, brother. Wait a minute, because we got a lot of people to get to. So we're going to go to 213.
No, brother. Hold on before you go to the next caller, please.
Hold on. You'll get the reply, but I got to get to my callers because they make my show. Okay, 213. You're on the Rich Report. What's up?
What's going on, gang?
What's going on, Buck?
Yeah, I got a question for the brother because this is why we in the position we in. Cause damn, sir, if you saying Africa is the cradle of civilization, you saying that Africans are the first ones to come out of the monkey Lucy. You saying Africans are the first people. Why are you pushing the Jesus narrative? Why wouldn't you? You would think that the Africans came up with their own spiritual concept. Why are you pushing a concept given to you by the people who came to colonize you? I would like you to answer that question. I have nothing else to say, Gabe, because I know you got other callers.
Right on, brother.
Well, thank you, dear sir. First of all, I'm not pushing a white man's religion or a white man's narrative. My debate name should have given you the answer, and perhaps you missed it, but my debate name and my social media name is BlackJesusMinister. Christianity originally is an African monotheistic religion, came from African, and the original Israelites or Canaanite, Shemitic, and the religion, the Israelite religion comes from the Canaanite. The language comes from the alphabet of the Hebrew language. And the name of God, El Elyon, is Canaanite Egyptian. All right? So, yes, the faith evolved from the Egyptians to the Canaanites and to the Hebrew Israelites, who are a mixture of Ham and Shem, but it began with the Hamite Canaanite. Now, so brother, and if you understand, hold on, brother, please.
No, I'm just taking it all in. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. And I'm gonna, if you go to my page at Black Jesus Radio, I'm gonna post a picture of the two current popes who are living, kneeling down and praying. And on that post, which is a Black Jesus Radio advertisement, it says, Black Jesus Radio, white supremacy has already been defeated. All right? And you see the two popes kneeling down praying to a black Mary and a black baby Jesus. the holiest imagery of Jesus is the black Mary and the black baby Jesus, because the Europeans know that Jesus was a black man until they changed his image during and slightly before the Atlantic slave trade, to do so to justify enslaving black people by changing his image from black to white so that they could justify continuing to enslave black people. But they know that Jesus and Mary is black, and they have known that, and they know that to this day, because those images are the holiest images throughout all of Europe. So you can go to your internet and just type in and Google Shrines of the Black Madonna, and you will see over 600 of them are worshipped throughout all of Europe. And so they have taken that lie and then told us what the Bible said, didn't want us to read the Bible, didn't want us to read it all, because to learn how to read would prove that they were lying to us, that God is white, Jesus is white, and everybody in the Bible is white, which is a lie. That's why they didn't want us to read, sir. Okay? So, brother,
okay.
I hope you have a question on that.
Okay. Well, as far as that goes, we were the most literate people in America up until integration. 70% of the English language is based on Indian words. So, again, most of the Europeans that came over here couldn't read. Remember, they weren't allowed to read in Europe. So that kills that argument. But, okay, really quickly, we're going to go to another caller, brother. They're waiting up, and they want to talk to you. 469, you're on the Rich Report. What's up?
All right. I'll put my grits down. I'm ready to do this. All right. The brother said something that caught my attention.
Okay.
He said there's Choctaw in his bloodline, did he not?
Yes, I did.
Talking to you, George. All right.
Yes,
Was he African? Was he African?
No. My grandmother, she was mostly Native American Indian, and mostly kind of between Negro and kind of between Mongoloid. So she was like a mixture. She wasn't that dark, but she had the straight up hair. That
didn't answer my question, brother. I said, was the African? I didn't say where the Mongoloid came from. I said, where did the African come from?
Okay, brother. Let me answer your question. I believe because of the darkness of her skin, it wasn't that dark. It was, maybe a rich, dark, brown, red type of color. I haven't seen the woman in person, though. I had to go by picture.
The color's called chestnut. That's the color you're looking for.
You interrupted me, man. Hold on now. So, brother, I believe, the only way I know for certain, I have to go back in time and give her a DNA test to let you know exactly what her mixture is, brother.
Did you say DNA test?
I believe she's a mixture, sir, please. I believe that she is a mixture of Atlantic slave trade African and African Aboriginal. And to the sister that was called in earlier, dear sister, and brother and Gabriel, you guys, where you guys are going wrong is you think that I'm trying to say that the black people came over here first during slavery. No, they were here thousands of years before slavery.
No. That's not what I think you're trying to say. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that we arrived here pre-slavery.
Okay,
I know what you're trying to say.
Hold on, brother. I'm replying to the sister then. I'm not replying to you. Because she said, well, I believe, she said, do you really think something about, I forgot how she said that, but to the sister that called earlier, this sister,
Joy.
No.
That's
Africans
Joy.
were here, Joy. The Africans were here thousands of years before anybody got here, dear sister. So I'm not talking about the Atlantic slave trade Africans being the first Africans to come here to the Americas.
Right.
You just contradicted yourself again. You contradicted yourself again.
Yeah, actually you did, George. Actually,
if you sit down and listen to yourself, you will be amazed at what comes out of your mouth. You just admitted that you just admitted that you're indigenous. You just admitted it. And now,
brother,
hold on, brother. Now, you know how you said you want us all to speak? Can I have my turn? Please.
Go right ahead.
All right. Within 2 seconds of you saying that you're indigenous, 2 seconds, you threw in a Mongoloid and an African that you couldn't prove. My family come in every shade of the dirt on this land. Every shade.
Bingo.
And guess what we're not? We're not Mongoloids and we're not Africans.
Okay, now let me ask you a question real quick, brother. Do you believe
sure
that Mongoloids came? Do you believe that Mongoloids came over here into the Americas before the white man did? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, so you're saying that Mongoloids never. So hold on, brother. So Mongoloids never came over here, right? And we ain't got none here today, right?
He didn't say that. He didn't say that. He did say they never came here. You
yes,
asked if they came here before Europeans.
Okay, well,
let me ask what you said.
Let me ask one more time. Sir, do you believe Native Americans came over here before Europe? Mongoloid Native Americans came here to the Americas before any white people, yes or no?
No.
Okay, well, you're wrong, sir. All right. And what's your next question?
And I can be wrong. But see,
you are wrong, brother. What's your next question,
but here's the point. But
here,
no, you can't just dismiss me, sir. I didn't dismiss you.
As a matter of fact, I'm not dismissing you.
Okay, here's my next question. Here is my next question. Okay? Because you already hot under the collar, which means you're spinning like a rat. Okay?
Started out hot under the collar, actually.
I mean, you talking a lot of glip, but you're talking the same crap that everybody else talks, and you can't prove it. You can't even prove it within your own bloodline. Your own bloodline. Everyone that's about to call you up right now in this radio program can trace their family history to the 1600s. That's 16 mofo hundreds. And one thing you ain't going to see on there is slave/African. Because there are no slaves in my family, on my mom's side or my dad's side.
None on mine either.
Okay, quick question. What's your name again, brother?
Michael.
My name is Michael.
Okay, on your mother's side, what is your third great-grandmother and third great-grandfather's name?
John West. I just told you, Blanche and John West.
Now, on your dad's side, what is your third great-grandmother and third great-grandfather's name?
Now, that's the pickle, because I can't find them yet.
Okay, well, since the fact that you sit up here and admitted that you don't know nothing about Sir, man, I asked you a question, and let me respond.
Go right ahead.
Sir, can I finish? The fact that you just sit up here and admit it before the whole world, brother.
Yes, I did.
Don't know the hell, sir, excuse me. That you don't know the
hell. With you.
God dang it, man. Look, if I can't talk, I'm going to ask Rich to just hang up on you, brother, because he's giving you more time than anybody else. I'm responding to what you said. Because you don't know the hell about nothing on your other side of your family, sir, and it's a pickle, using those same words, well, then you can't sit up here and say what you're 100% of. You can only speak about 50%.
Oh, here we go. Gabe, can I interject right here?
History to you,
go
sir.
ahead, bro.
Now, stop playing games, okay?
All right. You got one more in your mic? You got one more?
Yeah, I got one more in it. All right, Gabe, how do we trace our lineage?
Genealogy.
How do we trace it? How do we trace
Genealogy. You trace it through your mother's bloodline.
Through the who? Bam.
You trace it through your mother's bloodline.
Through
you don't
the
trace
mother.
It through your father's bloodline.
Your father. You trace it through your mother.
Society.
No. Okay, sir. I'm going to say something, and then I'm going to be done, because what you're talking is 100% bullshit, okay? I just sat there and told you that I could trace my family to the 1700s and the 1600s. And if you don't believe me, go look at my post on 4A. I have it up there, brother. Have it up there, pictures and all. Now, what you're doing is causing chaos, and you're causing some shit. That's what you're doing. Now, I'm going to go back to my grits and my fucking shrimp and enjoy the rest of the show. Good night, Dave. See you, Gabe.
Good night, bro. Good night, Coalhouse Porter.
Oh, my goodness. Well, let me say this to the brother. Brother, I want to thank you for questions and for that spirited exchange, dear brother. Now, your comment.
George, can I say something real quick? Can I?
Sure.
And I'm giving you your props. All right, so don't.
Sure.
You've had your ass on your back all night. I got to give you credit for standing in here and taking the gut shots that you're taking, brother. You're a good. I liken you to kind of like. I expected you to kind of be like Glass Joe from like the boxing game from back in the day. Body blow, left hooking you out. But I got to give you props. You kind of like the Arab dude on that game on Knockout or Box Out. What the fuck the name of the game was? You're like that dude. You're getting your ass lit up, but you're still standing there. You're all bloody. You got a black eye. You got a cauliflower ear. but God damn it, you're still in there and hanging. And you know what? I didn't mean to offend Black Jesus, George. So you're just going to have to hang in there with that. So you were saying, brother.
Yes, Richard Rich, what I was saying, dear brother. Thank you for that bluster and buffoonery.
Wow.
Because, brother, I'm sitting back in the cut, and I'm trying to be respectful. I don't want to laugh at you and your audience members. You know what I'm saying? And let me say this.
Laugh away, George. We're getting a hootenanny.
Hold on, brother.
We're having a hootenanny with you.
Brother, please. Now, you just gave me my turn to speak. Now, let me say what I got to say. All right? Now, look. It is quite evident from the last exchange and last comment that somebody over here is a high school dropout, okay? Somebody didn't do very well in school, all right? Ooh. Now, look, man. First of all, the very minute that I hear an uneducated brother or sister sit up here and talk about, oh, you are what your father are, you are only what your mother are. You're what your mother are. Sir. I heard
that's what he was saying. That's what he was saying.
Sir, okay,
you're what your mother.
Right. I'm including all of it because you have uneducated people who say different things. Okay, and my brother's very uneducated.
Hear that here, George.
Your brother, excuse me. Okay, well the brother just said you are what your father are. All right. That's
no,
what
he said you are what your mother. No, George. He said you are what your mother is. We came from a matrilineal society, matriarchal society, George.
Thank you for that correction. Thank you for that correction,
yes.
Mr. Rich. Okay, but either way it go, Mr. Rich, either way it go, absolutely ignorant and is very absolutely uneducated, whether you say the mother or the father. So again,
right on.
You have, brother, hold on, brother, please let me finish, man. You need this, brother. Brother, listen.
Give me your props, man.
Look, Brother Rich. You gave me the turn to speak. Now, do you want me to speak or not?
Bro, all I said was right on. Go ahead, continue, George. We await, your replies.
Okay, well, what I am saying, Brother Rich, okay, and I'm not going to even mention my educational background because somebody might think I'm bragging or something, but I'm just, look,
No, George. Please tell us your educational background.
That's fine. No, I'm just going to move on, brother.
No, enlighten us, George. Enlighten us. We would like to know your educational background.
Okay, let me just say this, that I did attend historically black college and university called and named A&M University of Prairie View, Texas. And that's all. You say, and I graduated. Yeah, I didn't just attend some classes. I graduated. Now, but anyway, and I loved high school. High school diploma, I'm cool. I believe that high school, if that's all you have, it can equip you to be successful in the world. No doubt about that. But a lot of us, when we was in high school and middle school, we were shucking and jiving and eating shrimps and grits and not learning, okay, and not paying attention, all right? Now, brothers and sisters, don't play the dumbass game. Don't play the ignorant game. And don't put our people, our Aboriginal African-American people to shame sitting up here talking about, like I've heard many other stupid sects, very uneducated, ignorant sects of black people sitting up here talking like you are what your mother are. You are what your daddy is. That is goddamn ignorance. And y'all
what your mother is, George. For a guy who's educated, you can't remember anything past 2 minutes. What your mother is.
Please. You all should have learned in middle school and high school biology that a human being is total chromosome count is 46 chromosomes. 23 chromosomes come from your mother. 23 chromosomes come from your father. Without one or the other, you do not exist. You continue to be a sperm or you will continue to be an egg. So all this dumbassedness, this embarrassment and embarrassing us as an Aboriginal people and a black people, please stop saying that dumbassedness, brothers and sisters. You are of your mother and you are of your father. So, Brother Rich, you
sure told us.
Brother,
you sure told us, George.
Brother, you stop that dumbassness too, brother, okay?
Got you. Well, number one, George, and you're finished because, I said so. Number one, you are typical of educated people. Educated people are pretty much just trained puppets. That's what you guys are. The people that you're talking here, George, they're learned. They're not educated. Now, that doesn't mean that they haven't received an education. Every last one of them have. You've got college graduates here as well. I, too, attended an HBCU. I attended 2 of them, as a matter of fact, George. But I'm more learned. I didn't learn this in school because, as Malcolm X said, just because you have education doesn't mean you're educated. The education system is skillfully used to miseducate. Carter G. Woodson wrote The Miseducation of the Negro. You are a perfect and shining example of the miseducation of the Negro, where you are using your education to prove your intelligence, and you have been anything but intelligent tonight. Well, 813, you're on the Rich Report. What's up? We're with George Blanche of Black Jesus Radio. What's happening, bro, man?
Oh, my.
I know he takes a lot out of you.
You got me stuttering, but I gotta say, I love the dialogue, but we gotta stop the disrespect on both sides. You know what I'm saying? We don't need the disrespect. Right. We can get more facts out of this dialogue if we stop the disrespect. And I think he started a lot of the disrespect first to prove a point and try to shine and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't understand if he's a Pan-African or a Hebrew Israelite.
We don't know. He hasn't really explained it.
Because he says that our people originated out of Africa with Christianity or the Bible or this Jesus type of stuff. We went to the Americas. Didn't we take that over there? Okay, here comes these white Europeans, which we all know who has any kind of sense. The original Europeans were Negroes, okay? So they had to be studying some type of Hebrew, some type of Christianity. How is it that these Caucasian Europeans who are from the Caucasus Mountains all of a sudden came to Africa teaching Christianity or Jesus, and we already knew this? Won't we be laughing in the goddamn face?
African religion.
How could they come to the Americas where we took this to the Americas and they be teaching us the same fucking thing about Jesus? Wouldn't we be fucking laughing in their face saying we already know who Jesus is? I mean, dude, you is contradicting yourself. You're calling yourself a Hebrew, but you're calling yourself an African. Indigenous people of this planet didn't practice any type of Christianity. We practice laws of the earth, which was nature. Dude, you got a lot of explaining to do about this Christianity thing, because if we already knew it, we would have laughed in their face. We would have not have took it. And you can go to Australia. You can go to the Pacific Islands. You can go to the Americas. We was not practicing Christianity or Black Jesus. They had to teach this shit to us in Africa. Dude, you making a complete fool out of yourself. I'm out, man.
Right on, bro. Right on. Would you care to retort to that, Brother George?
Absolutely, dear brother.
Sure.
First of all, can you hear me? I'm here.
Yes. You're here. Go ahead, brother.
Okay.
You have the floor.
All right. No problem. First of all, dear brother, I said that Christianity is African monotheism. All religions came from Africa. And all African religions began with African monotheism, the worship in the one supreme creator God. And yes, Christianity is an evolution of that African worship of that one supreme God. And people all over the world learned from us, from Africa, and spread all over the world, because Africans were the people who first spread all over the world and taught and continued to worship in their first worship, in their pure worship, the worship of the most high supreme God. And the Aboriginals and the Native Americans referred to that one supreme most high God that everyone all over the world knew of through Africa as the Great Spirit. Not Great Spirit, but the Great Spirit. So, yes, Christianity didn't exist when the first Aboriginals came here to the Americas. But the worship of the Most High God or the Great Spirit was going on, and it is the same religion, sir. Christianity is just an African evolution of that.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, So, again, Christianity is just an evolution of African monotheism, and with the Aboriginals, they called God the Great Spirit, and recognize that one supreme deity while also recognizing other lesser deities. But all of them, the Native Americans and the Aboriginals, did have the knowledge and the understanding of the Great Spirit, that one most high supreme creator God. So that's why there's no issue with Christianity. And yes, Christianity began in Africa. The first Christian worldwide church are the Coptic Christians of Ethiopia and Eritrea and all throughout Africa. And it was those African Coptic Christians, the African Coptic Christians, who Christianized Europe. Europe became Christians under Constantine in the year 316 or 326 A.D. But the African Christian worldwide Coptic church began in 42 A.D. 42 A.D., brother, is when the African Christian church Christians began, and that's where the Catholic Church copied the Coptic system. The Catholics copied the Coptic system, the African Coptic system, and became Christians almost 300 years later in 326 A.D. All right, my brother, I hope I answered that question. Stop your damn laughing now. And y'all need to stop coming over here laughing in ignorance.
I haven't actually laughed.
Stop laughing.
That's my caller. I've got 919 on the line. 919. What's going on, Clee?
Yo, what's up, Gabe? How you doing, bro?
What's happening, bro?
Rich can't stop you. He can't help himself from laughing. Keep on laughing, Rich. I'm gonna deal with you on debate night.
Hey, check this out, dude.
I'll be ready, bro. You don't have to worry about me.
Dude, I've heard you talk for like hour 40. I'm sorry, because I started listening at 5 after 9. So I've been listening to you talk pretty much for an hour and 25 minutes. And I'm just wondering, like, God damn, where you get that shit from, bro? Because I'm telling you right now, hold on. Because you see, here's the thing, right? You talking about
retard. Retard. Go ahead, boy. Go ahead and talk, boy.
Up,
you're a hospital dropout.
Hey. Let the man ask his question. No,
don't tell me shut up. As a matter of fact, As a matter of fact, I will not answer your question. Rich, go to the next caller. Rich, go to the next caller or dismiss me, brother.
This is my time.
No.
He's asking you a question, man.
No. We're going to keep it cordial.
I'm going to hear words from people, and I'm not going to tell you to hang up. I'm just on a call.
I will keep the debate.
Since we're talking about the transatlantic slave trade, and everybody wants to talk about that.
Brother Rich, can you hear me, Brother Rich?
Everywhere from
I'm here, brother. Let him speak his piece.
No, Brother Rich, I'm talking to you right now, Brother Rich. Can you hear me?
Yeah, and I'm talking to you.
Brother Rich, I'm saying to you, sir. I'm saying to you right now. Dismiss each other right now. I want to hang up, and I will see you on the debate. You can go to the next caller.
You want to agree with that, Krusty?
Go to the next caller.
You won't even let the man ask his question.
Rich, go to the next caller.
You won't even let him ask his question.
Mr. Rich, go to the next caller.
All right.
Mr. Rich, go to the next caller.
We will agree that the transatlantic slave trade was supposed to be a
Mr. Rich, go to the next caller.
Mr. Rich,
one last time, Mr. Rich, go to the next caller.
My question is,
you don't dictate to me where I go. I'm not dictating. He's asking you a question.
Black man, don't be scared of me, bro. Hey, don't be scared of me.
I appreciate you, sir.
Come on,
I wish I could have entertained further questions. But at the point in time, dear brother, because you refuse to this, brother, and go to the next caller.
I will not.
We're not keep supposed to.
That's right, brother. That's right. This is your show. And I will see you on the debate.
All you had to do was stop talking and listen to the question.
I will see you when we debate. Make sure you bring your information, dear brother, And I look forward, dear brother, to a spirited debate.
George.
And
I hope. Let me tell you this, bro. I will not act as much of a bitch ass as you are acting right now. You can best believe that.
George.
All right.
Stop acting like a $2 hoe and let me ask my question, bro.
Yeah, let the man ask his question.
Come on, George. You're not afraid of me, George.
Thank you.
Your world.
What are you afraid of?
Well, I'll read out. I'm nobody. Come on, George. Let me ask my question, George.
Ask your
you ready,
question,
George? All right, here we go, George. First of all, let me say this one comment because that biology thing just kind of burned the raw spot of my ass. Because one thing that we do know about male pattern baldness, they don't ask you what do the men on your daddy's side look like. They ask what do the men on your mother's side look like. Okay? So that right there lets you know we get it from our mother. Now here goes my question about that transatlantic slave trade. Because everybody believes that the only way that black people got migrated from Africa or from Africa, the only reason these black people are here in the U.S., the Caribbean, Central America, all South America is because of the slave trade. Remember, everybody's the same except for a boat stop. My thing is, that was supposed to be in business because they weren't just doing that just to be doing it. And if it's a known fact that they were losing 2/3 of every bit of their cargo, which were supposed to be human bodies, every trip, why are they making that trip? Because they have to recoup all that money they put into the voyage through what? Auctions. Why is somebody going to continue to do that? If you own a business and you're losing 2/3 of what you're supposed to be selling to your consumer, why are you still in business? How are you still in business? But we believe everything. But we believe everything they tell us. Did he go? Did I break him?
Yeah, you broke him, bro. He hung up. George evidently didn't have the intestinal fortitude, a.k.a. the nutsack, to answer that question. And then he had to come on my show and dictate.
No, he had intestinal fortitude because men got the balls. Women got intestinal fortitude. So his whole
he ain't got the sack. He don't have the nutsack.
Motherfucker, man. How is it I'm the one that breaks? Damn.
It's a ghost, bro, thing, Clee.
Damn. I'm the one that breaks them.
G-Town is the house. I must say...
I thought Buck was going to get him a little longer, and I was like really hoping Windwalker called in. But
I was going to get the Windwalker, man. I mean, he did everything he could to stall out the callers to begin with. You know, hell, he stalled us out for a good 10 minutes with me just asking him one question. So, it is what it is with him, man. But yeah, he done flew the coop, bro. I mean, I think George right now is having an episode. He's probably,
let me give a quick shout out to George because she started it off. Let me give a quick shout out to George because she started it off. She had him.
Yes, she did.
Which way did he go? Which way did he go? And then he wanted to try to answer the question after you got to go on to the next person, after you tell him that I got to go to the next one. Then he wanted to answer the question.
Oh, my God. This is like Mortal Kombat. Finish him.
Finish him.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness.
My God, that was good.
Hey, you know what? I'm still going to take callers regardless of whether George is here or not. You know, he was a real bitch ass at the end of it. I kind of knew he would break, though. And keep in mind now, I took it light on him because I wanted you guys to talk to him and question him. I'm going to go on his show, and I'm going to get the treatment when I go on his show, and I won't be as much of a bitch ass as he is. So it's a Christian thing, I suppose. Okay, real quickly. Hold on. Hang with me, bro. Hang on. We got 405.
All right.
405, you're on the Rich Report.
Peace, Brother Rich.
Peace. What's going on, bro?
That was very interesting. That was kind of hard to listen to. First off, damn, I wish he wouldn't have broken, man. I really wanted to get at that brother.
I'm sorry.
Dang. But
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to.
I had a couple of points. First off, me, myself, and me and a good friend on the line, we talk about this all the time. You stand 10 melanated people in the line, and I can 9 times out of 10 pick which ones are from Africa, right? The second point I was going to make as far as the religion, And I was going to say, yes, I'll give y'all religion. Religion did start in Africa, probably. I don't know. But my people, my indigenous copper-colored people on this land, we didn't study or practice. We perfected the artlessness of spirituality, not religion. It's a big difference.
True.
And, as far as his being so educated, I was mad at you because you took my thunder. And I just wanted to let him know that, I think he's using the insults and I mean, for him to be such a proclaimed educated person, you would think his vocabulary would be more extensive to where he wouldn't have to hurl insult after insult as a defense mechanism. I think that's what he was doing.
They all do it.
Perfect that, yes. And racist white people do that too. They perfected that craft.
Yes.
Taking my call, brother, and I don't know how I'm gonna get a hold of the debate, but I want to see that.
I'll have the information for you cats, man. No worries. I'll go on his show and I'll take the abuse, bro, because what I spit at them, they can't refute anyway.
But just don't be so nice to him.
I was trying to keep him on, bro. I was just trying to keep him on.
I know. I know.
My bad.
Peace, brother. I'm gonna mute my line.
Bro.
Thank you.
Right on. I was just trying to keep him on, Clee. That's all I was trying to do.
Man. I'm sorry. I didn't think he'd have a connection set like that. I mean,
I didn't think he'd go out like that, man. He just melted down. 773, you're on the Rich Report. What's up? 773. Yes. What's the happen, Mike? Yes, sir.
What's up, Brother Gabe?
What's going on,
man?
Mike?
I knew you was going to take care of business, man. Dude,
I didn't do it.
It's just obviously stupid, man. I don't like calling people names, but it's just obviously stupid. I was going to go into his Bible.
You can smell stupid on George.
Hey, look, if Abraham, the Bible states where they laid Abraham's body.
Right.
They got so many bodies of skeletons that was brought up before Abraham. How in the hell that you can't dig up Abraham and trace your DNA to that direct lineage?
Thank you.
I mean,
thank you.
Moses divided the Red Sea and shit. If you can't walk on water today, it didn't happen yesterday.
Nope.
His Bible, I'm gonna tear his ass off with his Bible.
Yeah.
So I listened. He didn't cow it out. I give him that much. The man stood for what he stand for, but he got his ass whooped, and he gonna get him whooped some more and more.
But Mike, the thing is, he thinks he won. He thinks that we're just stupid and he won. That's you're dumb when you actually think you're smarter than you are. That's what dumb people don't really know they're dumb. They actually think they're smart.
And the thing is, you only look across the ocean, and you don't look right in your own backyard for who you are. That's what really makes you dumb. God damn. Your mother or grandmother or whomever helped raise you to be who you are, but you say, fuck what they said. I got me some education. That's what you printed earlier.
Yep, exactly.
And that's really fucked up, man. Trying to fit into a paradigm that don't really like you. Trying to fit in this monkey theory shit. Come on, man. But anyway, I'm going to get his ass. I'm going to get his ass. I'm going to post on the timeline shit. None of them can answer. You hear me? They ain't going to answer.
We're going to bring it back.
I'm going to spank his ass with a belt.
There you go.
I got 4 sons that don't like it, didn't like it. We going to get his ass spanked. Y'all say peace, man. Peacefully, your Koki. Thank you. Do your thing.
What's next, Mike?
Gabe.
What's next, man? Good to hear your voice, bro.
Out of here.
Right on. Good to hear your voice. Okay, we got 832. 832, you're on the Rich Report. What's up?
Hey, it's Shara. Can you hear me?
How you doing, Shara? Yes, we sure can. How you doing, sister?
I was taking notes, and I got to writing so fast. I mean, he was saying some stuff. But, just in case some of his people are listening, I really want them to understand something. They don't have to take our word for anything. They most certainly don't have to take his word. But what they need to do is to verify who they are for themselves, meaning do your family tree and talk to your elders, because nothing sounds stupider. Is that a word, stupider? More silly.
It is now.
Regurgitating madness, because that's all they gave us was a history of madness that don't make any sense. So go to those records while you still can and do your family tree, and you'll see that someone kosher about how they gave you your history, because it don't add up. You don't need this person to tell you who you are. You do not. And that's why people in the condition that they're in. They've been listening to all of these folks. And everybody, some people are just innocent and they're regurgitating nonsense. It's not a malice aspect to them. But we have to be wiser now. So what people need to do is do their family tree, because this fella is basically saying that the only place on this planet where Negroid people could have came to be was in Africa, and that's nonsense. Nobody is questioning who started that logic. You see, he talked about white supremacy, brown supremacy, and all of this other
I know,
stuff.
right?
Right. And see, what he didn't understand was his very stance is white supremacy, because if some foreigner gave you your history, and he's hanging on to the Bible too. Now, mind you, who gave that to us? Who killed our people, raped and pillaged, and did a bunch of horrible things with that book? So if you really against quote unquote white supremacy, you put that book down for one thing. And then you'll go and do your own research. You'll start questioning everything that these people that you like to call devils, you'll question everything they ever told you. You'll break it apart, because you know, they're liars. And the problem with our people is they don't question why these people tell us these things. They need us to give up our inheritance. They need us to roll over and be the floor mat. And that's what we have been. But we have to stop that now. We got to get these people off of us. And the only way you're going to do that is to pursue your truth. You got to pursue your truth. And common sense. It makes no sense. You can have animals and plants that originate on different areas of this planet, but yet people can't.
Thank you. Hello. I don't see how why does it always have to be one particular person that starts all of civilization out of one area? That makes absolutely no sense.
Look, I don't mean to beat a dead horse here, but
I'm beating the hell out of that horse.
He's basically saying, now mind you, he's saying that the world looked to the African. That is a lie. The world looks to the quote-unquote African American, who is really the American, that these people spoke about long before Europeans colonized us. They knew about it. They knew we was great people, and they still know this. That's why they watch us. So it's nobody watching those Africans. Those Africans are over there imitating us.
Truth be told, nobody gave a damn about Africa until we started giving a damn about Africa through the Afro-American studies classes, through Garvey. Nobody gave a damn about Africa or its plight or what was going on until we actually started giving a damn and started bringing light and attention to it to the world. Other than that, who cared about Africa? Truthfully.
Well,
I mean,
did Mugabe give praise to the Pan-Africans over here because he said they educated everybody, including Africans?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
What's that say?
Exactly.
Oh, hey. Yeah. So like I have a whole notebook full of stuff. I was trying to keep up with homie. He's everywhere. He was everywhere. Bless his heart. He was just everywhere. But I wish this wasn't a debate. I'm just gonna be clear with you. Yeah, that wasn't no debate. That was no debate. And he cannot show and prove anything. But I tell you one thing. The average Negro in our group can show and prove who the hell they are. And that's how we, as a people, have to be. We have to know who the hell we are. We can't be walking around here with no Bible telling us that's our genealogy. We can't be walking around with a narrative that strangers gave us and say, this is our history. What has that gotten us? Okay? So, yeah, like I said, I'm not hating on him, but he have a poor understanding. And when he called, who was that? Michael? He said that he was. Mike put his grits down. Mike put his grits down to talk to him. So hey, Mike was ready. He didn't even understand what a matriarchal society was. He thought that somebody was saying that the woman created the baby all by herself. Nobody was saying that. He didn't understand that the identity comes by way of the person who had the land. And the woman was the one who had the land because she gave birth. What's hard to understand about that? That's not uneducated. Actually, that's quite educated. Well, that's Christianity, because Christianity preaches patriarchy. So that's his mindset, as you can tell. So it is what it is, Chai. Okay. Well, I hate y'all ran them off. Okay, I hate you ran them off. You can thank Clee for that one. Finish him. I wanted to run through some of this stuff with him, but that's okay. That's okay. Y'all did good anyway. It's all good, sis. It's all good. That's right. So y'all take care. You take care. Okay. 469. You're on the Rich Report. What's up?
Hello. Okay, now I'm finished with my grits. You can call it stupid. I think I can readjust myself and get on with my life. I think I'm good now. I think I'm good. You're good, bro. Yeah, I didn't mean to blow up, man, but he was pissing me off with his contradiction. I mean, in 2 seconds, he just changed his thing around. I'm like, dude, that's fork tongue shit. What are you doing? Yeah. And he doesn't listen. I said, brother, if I just told you I could trace my mom to the 1600s, my dad to the 1700s, and there's a matriarchal society, I'm wrong with mom. So, I'm here. This is my land, bro. You can throw any slave ship at me you want. My people were not on it. I was actually hoping that he would actually, bring something to the table other than just the whole stutter tactic, stall tactic, start mudslinging. But at the end of the day, and I've debated quite a few people, it's what they all do, particularly if they embrace Christianity and they embrace the whole African American concept. It's frustrating to deal with them. But I have to say, wherever you are, George, I thoroughly enjoyed you tonight, buddy. You really made my night. And I think you made the night of all the callers as well. He made everybody's night. But my mind is blown that this brother said he was Choctaw. Broke his history down for us. Broke it down for us. Well, went from Louisiana, then we went to Hong Kong. I'm like, wait a minute. But you can't prove you're African. But you just proved to us that you're Choctaw. He also said Choctaw mixed with Negro and Mongoloid. Yeah. I got him on that one, though. I'm like, I didn't ask where the Siberian come from. You said where you just came from. And I just asked him a simple question. What's the African? You got it just in your bloodline. None of these guys can do it. The Hebrew Israelites can't do it. The Moors can't do it. The Christians can't do it. But I bet your great-grandmother would tell you, no, babe, I'm from Mississippi. I'm from the islands. I'm from Canada. Thank you. I'm from Central America. It's America. They all say it. Even they'll even go as far to say they're from the Pacific Islands. So, but they, but they don't hear us though. All right, bro. I got about a minute left, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. Appreciate you calling. All right, let me go back everyone. I'm gonna put my bottle of Tabasco and drink that shit. Right on. I'm done, brother. I'm done. Right on. I'm gone. Clee, I certainly thoroughly enjoyed you bitch slapping George Blanche around tonight. It was just hilarious to watch. If you go and check out what's on my page, I advise all of you to go and check out the stuff that
Us Indians was writing about George on the page. It is absolutely hilarious. Hey, we're going to do this next week. I'm going to debate with George next week. Yeah, he's hilarious. But I don't know, I'm going to go on his forum and his rules. It's going to be real stupid, but fuck it. I don't care. I'll still take him. But we'll be back next week, people, and I know not what I'm going to talk about, but whatever it is, it's going to be funky.